Alright, I never really thought I'd be making this type of video, but this is going to be our new series. Welcome to Fear Me Phoenix Rants on stupid Call of Duty YouTubers who believe in stupid stuff. So the video we are going to be ranting on is the worst Treyarch maps in Call of Duty. The top 10. And a few of these, yes. I'll give him the fact that, yes, he definitely has it good. That's like 2 maps. The others are, I don't understand how he could even think that they're that bad. Because how many maps have Treyarch done? They've done about what, 80 maps? And some of them, these are the worst maps. No, some of these are the top maps. And I'm about to explain you why. This is what we are ranting on. So, to begin, we're going to unmute this audio real quick. Okay. There are a few, yes, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. There are a few that he is correct on. But
you run around the streets of busted up buildings, you're desperately trying to find people, and then getting blasted in the face by a camper because the layout is dumb. Treyarch is seen by many as the COD savior. Well, they used to be the COD savior. Whenever Call of Duty was struggling, they managed to shake things up and keep people interested. Art maps have
First
been
map.
at that all years. But that's kind of changed to keep people interested. Now, when it comes to their map design, most of the time, welcome back to the channel. Today, there were some stinkers. Gaming, if you call our stations,
Rupture.
Rupture.
Let's talk about this real quick. Rupture. I definitely get where he's going with this. He's definitely correct on this map. Yes. It is basic. It's just the mechs in the game are terrible. And yes, he is correct on this map. He is 100% correct on this map. I give him top 10. Yes, this is the top 10 worst Treyarch map. Rupture. This one was definitely very bad. I did play this one. Black Ops 3. Pretty bad. So he is correct on this one. The next map, I don't understand how he thought that this was okay for him to think about. As number 9.
Metro in Black Ops 3 again. Now, it was a cool map, and Treyarch really embraced the sci-fi theme of the game with it, but I don't think anybody actually enjoyed playing on this map.
I fucking did. I enjoyed playing this map. And I know many people did. The points he's about to make absolutely no sense, and how this could even choose. Alright, hold on. Let's continue watching.
Let me know if you did. It was a medium-sized map with a lot of weird cramped hallways, and every once in a while, the train would come by and bring the entire match to a standstill for a few seconds.
Yes, a few seconds. What? How long? 5 seconds? Whoa! The map is 10 minutes long. And every 2 minutes, the train will come and stop it for 5 goddamn seconds. Okay, yeah, good. Maybe you're in the middle of a gunfight. You can quickly reload and get back into aiming. Or you can get out if you're really low health. It's good. You can easily get away from a fight if you are losing. And it's a good area where you can survive for a few seconds. This point makes absolutely no sense. Alright, there's a few more points.
It was kind of like Express in Black Ops 2, but that map got away with it without having a train because the rest of the map was well designed and there was plenty of other places to fight. Metro, however, the train's just annoying. And
yeah, he put it in number 9 because he doesn't like a train. Congrats! Congrats. You decided to put a map in because you don't like a train. Congrats. Congrats.
How that played before it came, I mean, it really made me want to stuff my ears with G Fuel. Use code CHAOS. Definitely the worst launch map in Black Ops 3, in my opinion, and one of Treyarch's worst altogether. At number 8, this is...
His points make no sense. He doesn't like a train. And the hallways are too cramped. Also, he did say that there are more areas to fight. He's straight up outside of the map. You could fight out here. There's so many more areas. Just besides a train. That's all he's upset about is a goddamn train. Are you serious? Number 9 because you don't like a train.
Altogether. At number 8, this is going to be a controversial pick, even for me. Crysis.
When I was reacting to this, downstairs, I said this number 9 was a controversial one.
In Black Ops 1, it wasn't a bad map, but it was one of the weakest in Black Ops 1, mainly
Yes.
because of its...
I do give him this map. This map was okay.
Size
This is not the
and
greatest.
its awkward layout. It was a medium-sized map,
So we're
all
gonna
things
skip
considered,
over
but the way it laid
number
out
eight.
made it very weird and it
Or
killed
wait,
the flow
number
and
seven,
it
sorry,
felt
my bad.
bigger. Array in Black Ops 1. It was such a weird map because everybody remembers it. It knows what it looks like, and it even made a comeback in Blackout as a landmark. But when you go
Yep.
back to Black Ops 1 days, a lot of people didn't like it. It was a huge map. And not only
Okay.
was it big, it had a ton of random routes and hallways for you to duck into and out, which slowed down.
Yes, because you do realize this is Black Ops 1. Came out in 2010, 10 years ago. And there was none of this crazy flying. There was nothing crazy. You could barely sprint. Yes, the game was more based on strategic thinking and where to go, right? You're not going to be guns blazing like you can in Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare. Everyone's just camping, right? That's how the Call of Duty games were back then.
Down the pace dramatically. The middle structure, it was interesting. But the map was so much bigger than just that. There was huge
Yes, yes. I give him the fact the map is big, but that's not a reason to put it in number 7 as the worst Treyarch map.
sections of the map that were completely deserted every single match. And of course,
Yeah, because many people didn't want to go to that area, or many people wanted to stick to the sides and try and flank. Think about that. Strategic thinking.
there's always where the game would spawn you. It was one of those maps where you spend about half the match just trying to run from your spawn to the action. And you
That's incorrect. The action, you can be straight up in one of the middle buildings, and you can be camping in your spawn where most people did, because again, people camped in people camped from like 2007, Call of Duty 4, all the way to about Black Ops 3, Ghost, which came out in 2013. So that span, yes, many people did camp. Congrats. That was what the game was. It was camping until exosuits became a thing.
you'd have to get picked off in the process. Now, I may get heat for putting Array on this list,
Yes, you
but
are.
I think it's a map that a lot of people look at through rose-tinted glasses. If you actually go play 6v6 on it today, it's not very good.
Because you're not supposed to play the game 10 years later. It was made for the 1 year gap. Maybe, like, people still play Black Ops 3. I still play Black Ops 3. But you're not supposed to be playing this still every single day. You're supposed to be playing the new Present COD or COD that came out a few years ago. Alright? It wasn't meant for today's thinking.
You could go back and forth and look at forum posts from the Black Ops 1 days and see people did exactly like it back then. And
Wow, yeah. But many people did, didn't they? This is all your opinion.
then, of course, there was the tower. Now, I don't think I'll get much kickback on this one. Aftermath and Black Ops 2.
Okay, he has some really good points in this one, alright? I'll let you just keep watching.
5. Jungle flooded in Black Ops 4. Raise your hand if you remember this variant. Treyarch was all about the weird map variants in BO4, and some of them were, anyway, whatever.
Map was not the greatest, but the points he makes in this are terrible. They are terrible points.
Jungle Flooded was one that I completely forgot existed until I started making this video because it was released so late into the game's life cycle, and people immediately forgot about it because it wasn't any good.
It was a good thing. It was still good. Many people don't remember it because it came out the last 2 months of its life cycle. Its 1 year time cycle. And then Operation Dark Divide was coming out in like a month. Yes, many people don't remember it because there were some pretty bad maps in there. Yeah, Arsenal Sandstorm is a map, which he does for number 1. Yes, he's correct on this one. This one, his points are terrible.
It was a classic jungle for Black Ops 1, of course,
Yeah.
with all the ground floor being flooded and turned into a swimming area so you could still walk around the bridges and the high ground just fine. But if you wanted to get down on the ground floor, which is about half of the entire map, you were swimming.
Then don't go in the water. There's much area, as I'll show you right
The
here.
ground floor being flooded and turned
Go here, chill in
into
this
a swimming
area.
area so you
Chill
could
in this
still walk
area.
around the bridges and the high ground.
This is not a swimming simulator or a walking simulator. It's a war. And yeah, war could happen like this sometimes where the area gets flooded. Yeah, just don't go in that area. Don't go swimming. Or if you do, swim to find a different area of the map to get to.
Just fine, but if you wanted to get down on the ground floor, which is about
Why would you want to go down on the ground floor? That's all water.
half of the entire map, you were swimming. It was a cool idea in theory, I guess, but in practice, it was obnoxious. Swimming in COD is something that is supposed to be a quick few seconds to get you from place to place. You're not
But you don't need to go in the water. That's not there's no need to go into the water. And also, you can have a specialist like Ruin who has his grapple gun. You can just grapple over to somewhere else. There is many different things that you can do and not go in the water. Yes, people want to go in the water and get to somewhere else. But if you go deep down and kind of chill, people can't really see you as much as you think of that. Try and be strategic with your thinking. If you're being chased and you go in the water, that's probably not a smart play. But if you're all by yourself trying to get to point A to point B, yes, that's a good area. You'll be in the water for 10 seconds and you'll go up to somewhere else.
I'm supposed to base the combat around it, and the COD engine is just not suited for floaty movement, things like this. And one of the main reasons people like Call of Duty is because of how responsive and sharp the movement and shooting is. So, when your base half of the map is in the water, well, it makes things feel sluggish and delayed.
Don't go in the goddamn water. Or if you do, like I just said 15 seconds ago, do it to go to somewhere point A to point B. Don't constantly stay in the water. And most people didn't play like that. Chaos played like that because he's a goddamn moron.
Next up is Drone from Black Ops 2. You knew it was going to be on here. Another one of the most hated Black Ops 2 maps of all time. It's one of the biggest maps in the game, and I don't think there's a single person watching this video that liked it.
My dad liked it, and I liked it. So, yeah, you're wrong on that.
You did. Something's wrong. Was it?
I love the fact that he says something's wrong. He's trying, basically, his entire video, his opinion always has to be right. Alright? You can say the same thing for me, but I'm going off of how I feel, based on what he is saying. Alright? You can totally disagree with me. He feels like he needs to be right. He's the one, how many subscribers does he have? Like 1 million? 2.7 million. Yeah, I disliked the video, by the way. 2.7 million. And he feels like out of 2.7 million people, his opinion needs to be right. No, there's obviously people who are going to disagree with you, and he doesn't want to, have that happen. He needs to be right 100% of the time. No, I'm right on this. I'm right on this. I'm right on that. No, you are wrong. All right? He just goes off what his brain thinks.
An extremely jam-packed map. It had buildings, alleyways, set pieces, tunnels, a lot of stuff, an abundance of
Congrats, that's how a map is made.
Obstacles, which made it painfully slow and campy. People,
Black Ops 2 was a map for campers. Black Ops 2 was a game for campers, I should say. Yeah, that was kind of how it was. Hijacked, you had the window. Boom, 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 you camp. Carrier, you would camp behind planes. Boom, 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 you camp. Like I just said 3 minutes ago, 2007 to 2013 was a game for campers. And yes, that's how it worked. That's how it worked.
Just sit in the corner and call it a day. They would, or they'd sit at one edge of the map or the other and try to snipe people. Like Aftermath, it had a lot of random corners and dark shadows.
Dark shadows don't do anything. Honestly, there's nothing. Modern Warfare, the dark shadows now. They need to work on them, but I think it's the next or the map after the next one. Oh, I'm about to go off on him on this, but he's somewhat right on this, but mostly incorrect.
Which made it way too easy to just sit with some claymores and a target finder and just pick people off and call in your kill streaks. Or
that's how the map worked.
Perhaps you didn't want to do that. Pick up your trusty sniper rifle and sit on one of two patches of high ground on either side of the map and just go at people that are in the middle lane. Either way.
This is, yeah. I'm getting furious. I'm getting pissed off. This is,
Drone sucked, and I think it's one of Treyarch's lowest points. And number
you think you're incorrect.
3, Madagascar in Black Ops 4. Now, BO4's DLC system was heavily criticized for how infrequently content dropped and how underwhelming a lot of the content was, which was super annoying because Activision and Treyarch made a big deal out of the Black Ops Pass and how awesome it was going to be for a launch. Madagascar was one of the first DLC maps to be released for Black Ops 4. It was also, ironically, one of the worst maps in the game.
The points you make are goddamn.
Now, BO4 was very married to the 3-lane design, and it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way because a lot of the maps felt the same. Madagascar tried to get away from that,
So what you're saying is many people didn't like how it was always the same, so they tried doing something different. And you don't like the fact that they're trying to do something different, so you don't like it. Congrats.
Wasn't attached to the 3 lanes, but it went too far in the other direction. It ended up having no flow or formation at all.
There was a lot of flow and there's a lot of formation. Yes, there were some few issues. Spawns were weird. Spawns were too big. Yeah, there was a lot of issues like that, but that doesn't mean the game was ruined. All you do, there's many trucks, you hide behind mountains, you can just hide real quick and let the enemy shoot at someone else. They do the exact same thing, and it always works like that. Or you just kill the enemy.
When you look at the layout of this map, it's like someone at Treyarch just dropped a bunch of Legos on a rug and then used that as an outline. It's
No, they did not, dude. Oh my god. I know you're trying to be all cool. Oh yeah, look at this map. It looks like Legos. Dude, you are brain dead. I don't know how you could think that it looks like a bunch of Legos. It makes a lot of sense, this map. Holes in the wall, it's honestly very smart looking. It's a really good map. And like I said, guys, disagree with me all you want. I don't care. This is me just going off on him, on the way he feels that he needs to be right. And what he states here are totally yes, there are 3 maps that are, I agree on him with that. Top 10, 7 maps he's incorrect with.
It's literally just a big open field with some random set pieces and bad spawns. And
Bad spawns,
why
yes.
is it new COD games are so hit or miss with their map design? They're either way too married to the 3 lanes, or they're way too off the mark.
Because they are evolving. Evolving. Yes, maps work like that. They evolve. Games evolve. They can't do the same thing they did in Black Ops 2 if it's Black Ops 4. You're not going to be seeing the same exact map in Cold War that you saw in World at War, right? You know what I mean? They need to change. How people play changes. You don't see many people who were playing World at War keep constantly playing. There are a few people, but the people who were in their 30s playing World at War, many don't keep playing. You see what I mean there? It's different types of play types. I started playing Call of Duty during Modern Warfare 3 when I was, how old was I? This was 2011. So I was 6? No, I was 7. I was 7 when I started playing Call of Duty. Yes. Things change. I've been playing Call of Duty for 9 years. And yes, things do change. The way people can change. Cold War does it with their FOV. Things can change. It's meant to evolve. It's not meant to stay the same. And you want it to stay the same because you're an old person who thinks they need to be right all the time.
In the golden age of COD, games found the perfect middle ground between 3-lane and arena.
This is not the golden age of COD, and you know this. So why are you comparing it to some of the best Call of Duty games out there? Now that's not right to do. You have to compare it to the same thing. That would be like comparing your child to a homeless child. My child's so much better. That's not right to do that. So you were comparing Black Ops 4, who was like the homeless child who's trying to get, be loved, to Black Ops 3 that had some amazing maps, some of the best things, which is one of the most loved Call of Duties. You're comparing those two. It's not right to do that. You honestly, you know what I mean? You need to compare something that's very similar. Black Ops 4 and Black Ops 2 were very similar. Compare those two together. Yes, Black Ops 3 was the golden age of COD. So don't compare it to the golden age of COD.
At number 2, Hacienda Twilight in Black Ops 4. Now, regular Hacienda is okay. It was okay, but then we added a weather variant that destroyed all the good that you had with it. Hacienda Twilight is a nighttime version of Hacienda, and the lighting was so dark and so horrible, you could barely see 5 feet in front of you while you were playing on it. Now,
5 feet in front of you. I'm very quickly going to mute him because I'm tired of listening to his voice. Now look, he's going to move 5 feet in front of you. You can see that entire row, right? You can see all the way. You can see Dijeron. Look, he's going to go down here. Boom. You can see, look how far you can see. That's about a good 30 feet right there. Okay? That's how much you need to see. All right, I'm just going to rewind it real quick.
So dark. It's so horrible. You could barely see 5 feet in front of you while you were playing on it. Now, Hacienda was already kind of a dimly lit map when you went inside the building, so the new version, well, you could imagine. People just sat with thermal sights and picked off enemies around the corner. There's nothing.
Black Ops 4 was made like that. That's how it was. It was made for stuff like that.
You could do to counter it. And perhaps that was Treyarch's goal with the map. Perhaps they really wanted a really slow-paced map where you...
Congrats, you finally figured it out. That Black Ops 4 was not meant to be a crazy, fast-paced game. It was a slower game. A little slower than Black Ops 3, still kind of fast-paced. Black Ops 3 was very fast-paced. We all know that. Black Ops 4 was less fast-paced because there was less things you could do. There was less transportation areas. You know, Black Ops 3 had a lot of stuff because you had exosuits flying. This game, you have Ruin's grapple gun, and you also just have normal sprinting. That's the only way you can move from point A to point B.
Use thermal sights and tactical equipment to find your enemy's location.
Pretty sure that's how the whole game was made. Oh, yeah, let's make a thermal sight so we can see people. But there's nothing wrong with someone deciding to equip a thermal sight to see an enemy. What's wrong with that? People do that in Modern Warfare. You do it in Warzone. You do it anywhere. It's meant to be like that. If it's in a game, you use what the game gives you. Oh, I can't use the thermal because it doesn't work with this map. No, you use what works best for you. If someone's using a thermal, then you just equip a thermal. See what I mean there?
But, in practice, it wasn't any good. It was painfully slow, and it was unfair. And it was arguably the worst map.
Painfully slow. Let's look at the score on this map. 11 kills for the Allied team, which is King X Stud. Credit to King X Stud. And 15 towards the enemy team. And it hasn't even been 2 minutes for this map. But that's honestly pretty average. Because most games don't finish unless they're called Nuketown or Shipment. Most games don't tend to fully finish out unless you have some crazy sweaties doing that. But no, most games never finish them out, and it's always somewhat close. But if we're kind of going off of what this would be, and the score is 100, right? So we're going off of there. So it's already been 2 minutes, and they've got an enemy team that's 15. You just add 15 4 more times, right? So you have 15, so then you have 30, 45, 60, 75. You're going to get to about 75, which is honestly what the game should somewhat end with. But then it also hasn't been a full 2 minutes. So honestly, they're going to be at about 90. 90 score, the enemy, when the game ends, approximately. So, wow. 10 minutes, or 10 score less than 100 than what the game should end on? That's not bad. The game is not slow. The game is honestly somewhat fast. It's just how the game, or the maps, worked in Black Ops 4. They were always somewhat slower than Black Ops 3. So again, stop comparing them to the golden age of COD.
Map in Black Ops 4. So my question is, why doesn't COD just have weather changes built in by default like Rainbow Six Siege and PUBG?
Because it's not like Rainbow Six Siege or PUBG.
I mean, I think Activision could do that. And at number 1, we are picking on Black...
Okay. Well, we're ending it here because we already know Arsenal Sandstorm, yes. He's right on this one. Alright. Yeah. No. That was terrible, man. That was bad. Like... It's just irritating on how he thinks. It's super irritating. Alright, guys. That's the video. See you all in the next one.